ahead and explain a little bit about who we are, what we offer, the student support services that we have available, and how we support students, how to apply, some information about tuition and financial aid, and question and answers. So today we have Dr. Michael Wallace. He is the program director and professor of practice, and myself, Amanda Hassan. I'm the director of academic advising here. Dr. Wallace and I work together as a team, and we make sure that you as a student get all the information that you need to be successful in the program that you choose. So a little bit about SOPA, which is the School of Professional Advancement. We are part of one of the oldest departments on campus. We have been dedicated to adult learning for over 130 years. We make sure that we offer all types of programs for students who are adult learners, as well as for some traditional students. We make sure that students, we know that students are working adults, and so our programs are catered to those students' needs. And we as a staff here make sure that we understand what your needs are as a student, because you are working adults, and we try to make your time at SOPA one of the best experiences as possible to prepare you for the career that you want. So at SOPA, we offer a variety of different options for you. We have full-time or part-time. Full-time is anything for undergraduate, 12 credits or more, and for graduate programs, 6 or 9 credits. We have online options, we have on-campus options, we have a combination of both, and we offer classes during the day, at night, and sometimes on the weekends as well. Of course, right now, a lot of our classes are online, as they will be in the summer as well. Hopefully by the fall, we will be back on track with some on-ground and online combination classes. But we are pretty flexible at SOPA, and we cater to the needs of our students. I will turn it over to Dr. Wallace, who will give you a little bit more information about our bachelor's degrees, our master's degrees, and our certificate programs in emergency and security studies.
Hi, everyone, and I hope everyone out there is doing well, staying safe, and staying sane in this new reality that we find ourselves in. My name, like Amanda said, is Michael Wallace. A little bit about my background. I am a retired Navy intelligence officer, spent 20 years doing intelligence, and after the Navy, spent some time doing civilian intelligence work before ending up here at Tulane. I've been here for about 6 years. Absolutely love it. This is a tremendous opportunity to pass on lessons learned to the next generation of Homeland Security professionals and emergency management professionals. Quickly, I'm just going to go over our degree types. We offer both bachelor's and master's degrees and certification programs. You can see here we have a bachelor's in Homeland Security Studies. We also have a 4+1 program that allows you to earn both your bachelor's and your master's degree in 5 years. We have master's in Homeland Security Studies, Security Management, Emergency Management, which I'll go over in following slides. And then we also have certifications both at the post-baccalaureate and the graduate level. And these graduate certificates are stackable. They're some of the newest additions to our program. So a lot of times I get asked, what is Homeland Security? What's emergency management? Initially, Homeland Security was a reaction to 9/11, the terrorist attacks in 2001. With the stand-up of the Department of Homeland Security, the main focus was on preventing terrorist attacks from occurring in the United States after 9/11. After Katrina, the thinking kind of shifted, not just from terrorist attacks, but to all hazards. So both man-made and natural disasters. And Homeland Security also encompasses um, uh, the defense supports the civilian authorities. You know, how does the military homeland defense play into overall homeland security? So very quickly, primary is counterterrorism. It's also looking at all hazards and protecting people from both man-made and natural, and then also the part that the U.S. military and other agencies play in keeping everyone safe and keeping critical infrastructure going. Next slide. So here is what emergency managers do, and emergency management is part of Homeland Security. You can see here, this is the emergency management cycle. You have mitigation, preparedness, response, and recovery. And especially right now, we're in the response mode. Um, uh, we are responding to this coronavirus. Hopefully soon we'll be in the recovery, and then we'll go through the cycle again of mitigation preparedness. This is also important because we're coming up on hurricane season here in the Gulf. We're kind of moving from one area into another. But emergency managers are very important. Again, the mitigation, preparedness, response, and recovery, that makes sure that people stay safe before, during, and after a disaster or an emergency. So, where do emergency and security professionals find jobs? This is one profession that really you can go anywhere in the country or even around the world and find jobs in this area. Um, you can see listed here the local public sector. Every county, parish, city of medium or larger size has emergency management and also homeland security offices. Every state has the same thing. Here in Louisiana, we have GOSEP, which is the Governor's Office of Homeland Security and Emergency Management, that encompasses both Homeland Security and emergency management. Next door in Mississippi, they're actually separate. There are two different agencies that deal with that. The federal level, I've put in FEMA here and also the national intelligence community. You can see that over there on the right-hand side. A lot of people don't realize that the private sector and industry relies on both security and emergency management. A lot of companies have the same goals that the public side does. You know, they want to keep their employees safe. They want to keep their customers safe. They want to make sure their product can get to market. And we're seeing that today with the coronavirus response. And then lastly, private sector healthcare. This goes without saying, especially here in New Orleans and New York and other places in the country. Um, Keeping hospitals and the employees healthy, keeping hospitals safe is of vital importance. So turning to the different degrees and the criteria behind them, the bachelor's in Homeland Security Studies, it's 120 total credits, with 30 of those being in the major. Um, you can see over on the right-hand side, again, we just talked about this, some of the career options that students have. And we also have started a new program, a 4+1 program that allows students to, again, get their master's degree within 5 years. So you get your bachelor's and your master's degree. Here's the 4+1. How it works is you apply for the program before your senior year. You can apply 2 graduate courses uh, during your senior year to both your undergrad and to the master's degree. And you see here the minimum for the graduate program is a 3.0, and this is across the board for all graduate programs. Uh, the Masters of Professional Studies in Homeland Security Studies. This is one of our oldest degrees. It's been around since 2009. Um, you can see here it has a great reputation for the last 5 or 6 years. It's been ranked one of the top in the country. Um, it's 10 courses, so it's 30 hours. You have 4 core courses that give you the building blocks, and those include emergency management, health and medical issues in emergency management, terrorism, and intelligence analysis. And then the other 6 courses, you kind of get to design your own degree. If you're interested in intelligence or terrorism, you can take advanced courses in that. If you're interested in emergency management, you can also take courses in that. We have concentrations. Right now, we have a concentration in cyber. And again, you can see the grade point average of 3.0 that is required for admittance. Security management, a little bit different focus from Homeland Security Studies. It's focused more on private industry because, again, a lot of industry, uh, they have the same requirements that a public sector does. You know, they're worried about industrial espionage, they're worried about emergency management, they're trying to keep their employees safe, customers safe. Uh, they rely on critical infrastructure. If you don't have power, you don't have roads, they can't get their product to market and they can't get raw materials in. Um, a little bit different structure than the Homeland Security. This actually has 11 courses. You have 9 core courses. You're allowed one elective, and you have a wide range of courses you can take for that elective. And then you have a capstone course that ties everything together. And again, the minimum GPA is 3.0. And then emergency management, same format as the security management. You have 11 courses, so it's 33 hours. You have 9 core courses, and then you have 1 elective course, and then the capstone. And you can see some of the courses. The way we designed all these courses, we actually went out into the marketplace and we talked to people in emergency management. We talked to businesses. We talked to professionals in Homeland Security. And what we asked them was, what do you want to see graduates have? What skills, what education background do you want them to have? And we took all that information and we designed the actual degree to answer those requirements. So when you're in these programs, you're learning from an outstanding faculty. All of the faculty actually work in the fields that they teach. So if you do have an emergency management class, you're learning emergency management from somebody who's actually in the field doing that job. Same thing with critical infrastructure, intelligence, terrorism, things like that. You're also learning from your other classmates. We have a lot of people who are already in the field who want to either get their undergrad or graduate degrees. And so you are not only learning from your faculty member, but you're learning from your classmates. And everyone that I've met coming into these programs has something to bring into the program. Even if you're not in an emergency management or Homeland Security field, you do have something to add to these classes. The post-baccalaureate certificate are for those who have an undergrad degree in something other than Homeland Security and Emergency Management and want to get a background in Homeland Security and Emergency Management. You can see here it's 8 courses, and it's, again, at the undergrad level. The graduate certificates, same type of principle. If you have your bachelor's degree and you want to get more background and education in both emergency management and security management, you can start these graduate certificates. There are 2 certificates. There's the intro certificate and then the advanced certificate. Both are 4 courses each, so that's 12 hours. They are stackable, which means that you can take the intro 4 courses and then the advanced 4 courses and put them together, and you already have 8 courses towards your master's degree, which again, is 33 hours. Here are just some of the faculty that we have on our staff. Again, there are experts in their field. I can't talk highly enough about the faculty. They're the reason why this program has the reputation that it does. Here are some right here. I'd just like to point out Meg McPherson, who's the second from the left. She's an emergency manager with the Mount Sinai hospital system in New York City. She's in the thick of this right now. And I get not daily messages from her, but I get communications from her, and she's dealing with a lot right now. But she's taking the life skills that she has, and she's going to be able to give some great lessons learned when this is all over. You can see Darren Gill, who's spent his entire career in counterterrorism, Derek Bose, and Alessandra, all experts in their fields. Amanda, over to you.
All right. So for many students, a lot of students already have a lot of experience. So just kind of like Dr. Wallace was saying, some of you may already be in the field. Some of you may have already had some type of a training before, and you're enrolling in the programs just so that you can get your degree, so that you can continue climbing the professional ladder that you are looking towards. For the undergraduate and at the graduate level, there are options for you to take some of that experience that you have and turn that into credit. At the undergraduate level, you are able to take up to 24 credits and apply to your bachelor's degree. You start off by taking a portfolio development course. It's a 6-week intensive course, and then you have 6 months from the completion of that to actually build a portfolio based on the course that you're trying to receive credit for. At the graduate level, it's the same thing. So you're doing the same thing, but the maximum amount of credits you can earn are 6. Keep in mind that you want to make sure that you check in with your academic advisor before enrolling into the credit for prior learning course. You want to make sure that your courses are aligned and that you're not going to receive credit for something that you've already taken, or that you have enough room in your schedule to actually do this. So it's a really, really great opportunity. It kind of helps you accelerate things some. And if you have any questions about it, I'm more than happy to help you with that. And I can connect you with Dalila, who is our prior learning coordinator. So some of the things that we offer at SOPA, we have a team of academic advisors that are here to support you throughout your time here at SOPA, in addition to the program directors who are your major advisors. For emergency and security studies, you have Dr. Wallace and myself at the graduate level, and at the undergraduate level, you have Dr. Wallace and Dan Ray. Everyone here kind of works as a team, and we make sure that your experience is as fulfilling as possible, and we want to make sure that you're successful. So we work hard to work with you on academic plans and check your schedules, check in with you several times a semester, just to make sure that you're on track for graduation and continued program. Like Dr. Wallace says, we have a number of phenomenal faculty members who will be teaching you your courses. They have firsthand industry experience, and so they're teaching you the actual skills that you need from firsthand accounts, so that you are able to be successful in your courses. We have a great career counselor as well, and she does a lot of webinars, and she works with students on resumes. She works with them on networking, making sure their LinkedIn profiles are on point. And so she's a really great resource. In addition to making sure that you get connected with a whole lot of your peers. Like Dr. Wallace said, you're going to learn a lot from your faculty, but you're also going to learn a lot from your peers. And so making those connections with peer and alumni is very important. And so we'll make sure that you get all those connections needed. So it's pretty easy to apply. You go ahead and do the application on the SOPA website. There is an application fee, but of course, for participating in this webinar, your fee will be waived. We have all of your information, so we know who you are. We want to make sure that you have an up-to-date government-issued ID. So make sure you have that ready for upload and have all your official transcripts ready. If you have any transcripts that you are waiting to receive because maybe you're completing a program right now, please make sure that you send in what you have so that we can review those things and conditionally see if you're ready for our programs. And so make sure that you have all of your information up to date so that we can review your application and try to get things started for you. So the application deadlines for summer is May 15th. For fall is August 15th, and spring is January 1st. These dates are continuous and the same every year. So make sure that you keep up with the SOPA website on any changes or updates, but these are the official deadlines that we use for every semester. For tuition and financial aid, as you can see here, we do have our tuition information posted here for summer, and then it's a little bit different for fall. You are eligible for financial aid if you meet those criteria based on your FAFSA. So now is the time to do your FAFSA for the 2021 year. If you're planning to attend for summer, make sure that you fill out that 1920. So you need to fill out two FAFSAs if you're planning to attend for summer and fall. Everything goes through financial aid once you complete your FAFSA. So whatever it is that you qualify for is what will be in your package coming from financial aid, from the financial aid department. We do offer, Tulane offers a number of different grants, loans are available. You can also apply for the different discounts that we have. So if you are active duty or military, veterans, teachers, first aid responders, they have a discount form that is available on our website. And if you have any questions, you can feel free to reach out to Dr. Wallace or I, and we can point you in the right direction on where to locate those forms and what those deadlines are to fill out those forms. If there are any questions, again, that you have, Dr. Wallace's information is here. Please feel free to reach out to him at any point in time. And I will check the chat to make sure that we don't have any questions. So we have a question. If I need to have a gap period between my undergraduate career and future graduate career due to finances, does that put me in a disadvantage in getting accepted into the Homeland Security's program? Also, I do not have a current job in the field. Would that put me at a disadvantage? So I will let Dr. Wallace answer that question. If there's are there any issues if a student decides to take some time off between the undergraduate and graduate programs? And if they're not currently working in the field, does that put them at any disadvantages as well?
Yeah, good question, Shelby. I appreciate it. There's no, if you decide to take a gap year, that does not affect your application in any way. And the fact that you don't have a job in the field, so it looks like you're a recent graduate, so I wouldn't expect you to have a job in the current field. We have a lot of students who are looking to get in the field, and the age range is pretty wide. I had a lady who was in her 50s who just decided her kids went to college, and she was like, I've always wanted to do this, so I'm going to do this. And we also have a lot of recent graduates from programs who are looking to get in this field. So neither one will affect your performance in the program or getting into the program.
Dr. Wallace, are there any other concentrations for the Homeland Security's master's program other than cyber?
Not yet, but I can tell you that I'm working on a few right now, specifically one in intelligence, and then the second one is in counterterrorism. So hopefully in the fall, this will be presented to our council where all changes, curriculum changes have to go. But what I'm looking at is, since we already have the cyber, complementing that with an intelligence. So we would look for courses in information operations, dive deeper into the history and role of the intelligence community. And then for terrorism, I'm pretty excited because we just created a new course on narco-terrorism, which is taught by a former senior special agent with the Drug Enforcement Agency. It's an outstanding course. When he was building it, I was thinking to myself, I wanted to take it. So it's a great course. Again, it's brand new. Other things we're looking at for terrorism, advanced terrorism operations, and mine just went blank. But we're going to have definitely going to have concentrations probably starting in the fall.
We have another question of, does the advising process consist of working with certain agencies during internships over the summer? So many times, so we have our career counselor has a career canvas site, and she will actually post different internship opportunities. Dr. Wallace does send out information to students as he gets it as well as I will And so if there are any opportunities out there that are available, we make sure that students are aware of those opportunities. If you are looking to receive any type of credit, then you would have to get approval from Dr. Wallace or try to create it as some type of an independent study so that you can work through those things. But as long as you work with Dr. Wallace on those things, that will be taken care of. So yes, we do have internship opportunities. And
Yeah, yeah. If I could jump in here real quick. For a lot of the federal agencies, you have to go through a nationwide process. That's especially for some of the intel agencies and the FBI. We do have a really good relationship with the local FBI office here, as well as the local Homeland Security investigations. The HSI office actually has gotten special permission to have local interns from Tulane and other schools here in the area. So we're seeing a lot of students getting experience and also getting an internship opportunity with Homeland Security investigations in both the intelligence areas as well as finding out more about special agents and things like that.
all right. No, the GRE is not required for our master's programs or degrees. So for the master's certificates and degrees, as long as you have a undergraduate degree from an accredited institution and you apply and you go through all those different steps, then you would be accepted based on that. So no testing is required. For future applicants, when could we start working with an advisor in regards to financial aid? So once you, I would say for you guys now, if you're even thinking about coming to SOPA or any institution, you need to make sure you do your FAFSA, which is the first thing in order to get connected with financial aid. Make sure you do that and then apply to the program that you're choosing for SOPA. And then there is a separate financial aid counselor. So your academic advisor and major advisors at SOPA are different from your financial aid counselor through Tulane. So as long as you fill out your FAFSA and do your application with us, your academic advisor and major advisor and program director will be your first points of contact. So Dr. Wallace is going to send out some things to you initially. I'll send out some information to you as well. And then you'll start receiving some information from your financial aid counselor. All right, so for Dr. Wallace, could you talk a bit about the faculty for security management? Maybe give a little bit of background on some of those folks.
Yeah, security management, we have, again, some great faculty. He actually is the security director for the Savannah River Nuclear Power Plant. He teaches the physical protection class. We also have Bo Bridges, or I'm sorry, Bo Black, who works for Shell. He talks about corporate security. We have Chelsea, who's expert in financial security. So we really have we've tried to go out for the security management degree into business and get those experts to teach. Because again, while private business and the public side share some similarities, like emergency management. Emergency management can cover both. There are some specific things that businesses and corporations look for, and that's physical protection. It's also corporate security, financial security, business continuity. The business continuity instructor used to do continuity for NASA down here on the Gulf Coast. So we really have some great instructors. And again, I know I'm hammering this point home, but we've tried to get the best people in the field to teach these courses. And when I say we, I'm talking about myself and all the faculty. We're very passionate about this. We look upon all of our students as the next generation that's going to be protecting us. So we want to do this right, and we want to give you all the tools that you're going to need.
All right. The next question is, are there any tuition payment plans offered if you don't qualify for financial aid? So the answer to that is yes. For your information to know, registration for summer and fall starts on April 15th. And so the sooner you guys can apply and be accepted and register for classes, the sooner you would be able to sign up for a payment plan for tuition. And the sooner you do that, the smaller your payments are. And the longer you kind of wait to do that, the larger your payments get. So just kind of keep that in mind. But if you have any questions, you can let us know. We can put you in the right contact with the right folks to actually explain that information a little bit better to you. How quickly are applicants accepted after applying? So I'll let Dr. Wallace kind of talk a little bit about how he navigates the application process. Once you apply, you kind of go through a little bit of a funnel system. And so you apply and it goes through a triage. And then once you're triaged to the right program, Dr. Wallace will get your application. And so then he'll review it and I'll let him explain what his turnaround looks like.
Yeah, the two important parts of, well, I guess 2.5, we're looking for a 3.0. That's not to say that we will not evaluate everyone's application individually if you don't have a 3.0. We do have conditional admittance, and that's something that I'd be happy to talk to you about. The second is make sure that you get your transcripts in. That seems to be one of the biggest hold up is getting the transcripts in. Most of the transcripts these days can be submitted by e-transcript or something along those lines, so you don't have to get a physical copy and have snail mail it to us. So it's usually pretty quick. The second part is I'm very interested in getting your idea about the greatest threat to, in emergency management, homeland security, or security management, what you see as the greatest threat coming. That gives me a little view on how you think and how you write. And so those are pretty much the big pieces that I look at.
All right. And so for you, Dr. Wallace, if is there any specific, I think the turnaround is usually, we look at from the time that you start the application process and submit everything. I think the biggest thing is, like Dr. Wallace is saying, is the transcript. So making sure that you have all of your official transcripts in. Once that's done and once everything else is reviewed, the process is pretty quick. So
pretty quick.
Months at a time. It's a pretty, fairly quick process as long as all of your information is submitted. Okay, so in order to get credit for prior learning, there is a portfolio development course. So this is a really great question, Zach. So for the cost of that, if you're at the undergraduate level, it is included in your tuition. So it's included as a course. So it is a 3-credit course. The portfolio development course is a 3-credit course, and you actually receive credit for that as well as the portfolios that you're going to develop thereafter. And so it's included in your tuition up to a certain point, and then thereafter there is a separate cost, but we can kind of talk about that a bit more as we find out, what your interests are, what your experience is, and how we can best fit those credits into your academic plan. Great question. Are there any more questions that anyone else may have? Okay. If you already applied and submitted the application fee, what is your next step after the webinar? So if you've already applied and already submitted your fee and you've already turned in all of your information, then the next step is for your application to go to the program director, and they will, review everything in your application, and then you should receive something from our admissions team thereafter. And if you are if you did fill out, we have the list of all of the names of the participants here today. So if they submitted the fee, we can go ahead and make sure that you get that reimbursed as well. All right. Well, I want to thank you guys all for attending the webinar today. I'll let Dr. Wallace also show his thank you as well. I think that you all have an amazing opportunity with applying to SOPA, to one of these programs. And I wish you all the best of luck, and I hope that everyone stays safe and healthy.
Yeah, I just wanted to kind of add on to that. Please stay safe out there. For those of you who are in the field, thank you for everything you do. And if you do have any additional questions, please feel free to reach out either by email or calling the number. Be happy to talk to you one-on-one if there's something that you think about after we get off of here. Again, this is the best part of my job, is to talk to students and prospective students about careers in this field and the actual program itself, because again, we're all very, very passionate about this program, and thank you for attending today.